Hello friends, today I'm going to talk about the 4 key skills you need to keep yourself relevant for the future. As we all know, that technology is evolving at a very fast pace. Digitalization is become a key today. As we move ahead, the older ways of doing things from technology perspective, management perspective does not hold good anymore. The new ways of things, the new paradigm is very different from the old ways. The way we think, the way we used to code, the way we used to manage is very, very different from what used to be in the past. Today I'm going to talk about these 4 key skills you need to be more relevant in your job and maybe to have a job. Like you might not out of job if you don't really upgrade your skills in these 4 areas. These 4 areas can be categorized into 3 categories. One is technology, second is management, and third is productivity. So friends, today I'm going to talk about them and let's see how you can upgrade your skills in this area. Let's look at the first area, that is technology. Within technology, there are 2 areas. The key skills, first is a cloud, and the second is a combination of your data, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. So these are 2 broad categories of technology which I'm going to talk about, which is going to be very, very essential for you to upgrade. Let's talk about cloud. Today, just by one swipe of a card, businesses can bring up the environment, start building disruptive applications with very little time to market and be in the business. So cloud has drastically changed the way we used to build applications, the way we used to think about applications. It's completely changed the game. Also today, when you see cloud, there are 3 major components in the way we take a very different approach than we used to do in the past. The first is today's IT people need to understand the various products, within the products, what are the services offered by each of the cloud providers. Could be like within Azure or AWS, or could be Google Cloud. So it's very important for the IT people, the first thing, to understand the product itself, what services is offered. Second thing, it's important for them to understand which product to use when and how these products talk to each other. So the services are made such a way that they can easily decouple, they can integrate. And the third thing is how to build a complex system with these various services and help business to come up with the overall architecture for the business problems to solve. The other thing that's happened in the cloud is today, with, as I explained you can have a virtual system within a couple of hours, unlike past. So the job of system administrator is now again sourced back to the cloud service provider. So that skill also might be kind of become slightly irrelevant, and you might have to, the system administrators might have to learn more and more of the cloud part of it, though the number of people that used to support them would definitely reduce. The other thing that's going to happen is IT people might now just be aggregators of the services. So they might be advocates to the business how to aggregate these various cloud services to provide business solutions. Next set of technology which you might need to upgrade is a combination of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data. Today we cannot think about or talk about any systems without talking about data, AI, and ML. AI has definitely brought a big change in the way we design systems. Every system is designed such a manner that is much more smarter, and that's the need of the future. As there's a classic debate going on whether AI is going to displace all the jobs or not, I think it will create more opportunities, but definitely it will displace some of the manual routine things that are happening today, and that will go back to the AI. But the combination of machine and man is going to be lethal, and that's how we are going to design each and every system which we design. We are going to design in such a manner that it becomes smart. So intelligence is going to be inherent to all the applications you design, so you cannot just escape this particular skill. So with AI, no doubt, I'm very sure that in future some of the skills are going to start directly being taught from the schools. Traditionally, when we used to design systems, we used to code as per the given set of rules and get an output. In machine learning, the concept is very different. Here, what we do is, based on the data patterns, the algorithm is built, and that algorithm understands and it learns on its own for future results. So that way, basically, it's a reverse process where it learns itself from the data and then generates the answer. So typically, from the skills perspective, data science is the skills which is going to be very hot. Today also, those skills are very niche in the market, and this is something which you can build upon. And you don't need to be that technologist. What you need is basic understanding, analysis of the data. That's the key skill. So if you're really good at understanding the data, analyzing it, this is something which you can learn and then basically upgrade your skill, and you could be the most sought out person in the market. It has always been there, but now it has picked up pretty fast in the last couple of years. What it really means is shorter cycle of work in sprints, do and fail fast. It also means the teams are self-organizing. So let's take an example. If I go and say to McDonald's, I need French fries, I need burger, I need chicken nugget, I need Coke. Instead of that, what I would say is, for what do you have for lunch? What can you give me? Right. So it's a very different set of paradigm. The way we manage things basically don't operate in a hierarchical fashion. They take ownership. Here, from the skills perspective, we are looking more for generalist who can do multiple jobs, because the way the teams are defined in smaller units of squads, it could be a team of about 8 to 12 people, and that includes it includes the scrum master, who's like a traditional project manager, the product owner, who's for business partner, who works very closely with the team, and that's a very different concept altogether. Like, business is very much plugged into each and everything that the squad is delivering. Then basically we have the QA also in part of that team, and then we have the dev members within the team. Now each of the dev members are given more ownership. It requires less and less of management than it traditionally used to be. So that's how basically it gives a full transparency to the business. So in the agile world, the responsibility of top managers might reduce in terms of managing day-to-day activities, but it would be more from a strategic perspective. They would help to give team the direction, monitoring the KPIs, the various metrics that's being produced from the agile, and then strategically align the teams, giving them directions. So that's a very different way how even at a higher level management we might need to work, and people are supposed to take more ownership. And from the developer's perspective, the skill could be much beneficial if you learn just not one specific skills like a .NET or a Java or data, but if you become a generalist, understanding all the skills, so you can pick up if the squad is small, it has multiple chunks of work with different technology. Last area of the skill, I classify it as a productivity, that is DevOps. DevOps has become an inherent part of all organizations. What is DevOps? DevOps is a set of practices, philosophy, tools to help the teams deliver at a faster velocity in an integrated fashion. In DevOps world, the development team and the operations team work as one single unit. What they do basically is have the various practices like continuous integration, continuous deployment, infrastructure as a code, various monitoring and automation. They apply these various practices and then help to deliver it in a very streamlined, automated fashion, where there might not be a lot of hand-holding or manual things to do, and developers can take a piece of the code and continuously integrate, deploy, test it, and move it from one step to another and deliver the code much faster in the various environments. This definitely is a complete paradigm shift, where earlier the development team and the operation team used to work as separate teams. Now most companies, these teams are kind of integrated, and we also have new roles like a system reliability engineer being introduced to automate certain tasks, monitor certain tasks, build the infrastructure as a code. So with the press of a button, things are deployed in an automated fashion and tested automatically on the fly, so that the good quality code can be delivered. So this is the last part which I feel that everybody should be aware of and also start implementing in the teams. But from the skills perspective, this is very, very critical to know, understand what it really means. The last part is, how do I upgrade my skills? So traditionally what we used to do is, from the learning perspective, we used to attend long sessions of classroom training, and we used to take couple of days off from work. But in this era, things are very different. Today, online, we have all material, everything available from the best universities, the best training material. So let me give you some suggestions. How should you go about? The way to go about is, for example, if you want to understand the basic concepts around, say, cloud microservices, or what is DevOps, or you want to understand what is AI/ML for beginners, what you can do is just do either a Google search or go to YouTube and search for videos, and you'll really very get good short videos to understand what it is. Once you know what it is and we want to get more details, then there are various online classes available. Like the one thing is Great Learning. That's a very good set of resources that's available. There's also an app on Great Learning which you can install on a mobile or tabs and do learning. You can download videos offline. Then there are other free courses in Coursera that are available which you can leverage. Apart from them, there are other free trainings on EDX, and there are also other applications like unacademy.com. So there are various applications that are available where you can learn these things, and there are excellent courses available. There are also certain paid things like Pluralsight, O-Release courses, and there are a lot of things around available if you want to understand more for business. There are free courses on Khan Academy. So to my point, I think a lot of this material is available online. What you need is just to organize yourself well and understand what you want to achieve and start learning in chunks. Like have a practice of learning, say half an hour daily, and that's more important. And keep it up. Like once you learn, it's not just learning, and a lot of people do certification, which is good, but it's good from the academic perspective just to understand the concepts. But to my point, what I feel is unless you really apply them on the projects or do some POCs, you'll never benefit. After some time, you'll forget them. So applying is the most critical part. Certification is okay just to learn the concepts, but you should basically be able to apply it somewhere. If you learn certain things on, say, data, AI, ML, there are a lot of courses on the cloud. There are a lot of applications, or you can just go to, say, AWS, or you can go to Azure. You can